Hey everyone, yeah, it's late on the East Coast, just after 9, and bringing you some DFS action from my Week 8. This is my Fantasy Pros optimizer that I use. Had a great video last week, and feel free to hop in the chat as we get this going on a Tuesday night. I'm going to do a poll question. Favorite play in Week 9. Hope you had a good season long as well. All right, take you through my process. Yeah, what's going on? Start with DraftKings. This was my cash game lineup that cashed. As I tell people, I play in small number contest. I'm a low dollar player. I put about $20 in on DraftKings, FanDuel, and on SuperDrafts. I play $16 of cash games, which are double ups, head-to-heads. Also in the cash games, triple ups, quintuple ups, 3-man leagues, 5-man leagues, 10-man leagues. And then I do $4 worth of GPPs. And on DraftKings, I do a single entry, and then I do the 3-max. This was my cash game for Week 8. And I cashed on my cash games. And this lineup sucks because I took... I don't know why I did not play Pittman. He's a cover boy. Pittman's in my FanDuel. But I really struggle with running backs, and I felt like I needed to play a value running back. I don't know why. My process is favorites, mainly at home. Going to be involved with passing game as well, mainly for DraftKings. Looking for 20-plus touches. Excuse me. Put CPAT in here at the end, right before lock, because with the news of Calvin Ridley, and good luck to Calvin Ridley. So that was my process. That's where I start with the running backs. I was going to go low all week, Bridgewater, because they played Washington, but it just didn't have a great game. He's not a very good quarterback. I don't care about that. But you could see I played a lot of the chalk here. Godwin, Patterson, Henderson. Arnold was an easy play for me. And, I don't usually do this, but I figured I wanted to pay up a little bit for the Bills' defense. Now, they weren't super expensive, but my original lineup had a combination of Mixon with A.J. Brown and Pittman, and I would have smashed. And then this is a really good lineup. I still don't like to pay up at quarterback. I'm looking for 3 bell cows, 20 touches, build there first, and then, I'm buying targets. And the way I arrived at this lineup, with Antonio Brown up, Godwin's production the last 2 weeks is just skyrocket. And I thought Jamar Chase, I paid up. I usually don't pay like this. Chase is kind of a GPP play to me because I guess he can have games like this, not a solid floor. And I went with Deontay Johnson because I'm buying these in cash games, targets. And still not a bad lineup. 140-52, where this could have been a lot better, but it is what it is. Yeah, what's going on tonight? Nothing. Out with friends. I've told a few people this. I'm a minor league broadcaster for the Worcester Red Sox. That's something I do, but I love DFS, and I was out with some of the broadcasters tonight. We had dinner, a couple of drinks. We were watching NFL Network, hoping for some big trades, and now I figured I'd hop on here before an early bedtime tonight for me and just show you how I did in Week 8. My FanDuel lineup, and this is my FanDuel results. You can see what I did. I cashed everything except the GPPs. Bad scores. Holy crap. 108, 86, 96. I did not put my cash game lineup in the single small entry GPP this week. I I thought I did. I didn't. I would have won $20. What can you do? But you could see I was pretty high and pretty much. I didn't know they did this 12-player leagues, but I I see. I put it in the 5-cent one. Won 4 times my money. But I had a good week, and this was a great lineup. This was one of my highest scores on FanDuel for a cash game. Pretty simple. Teddy I was playing regardless because of the price. Went with the bell cows. Henderson, favorite. Mixon, a favorite. They lost. Still had 2 touchdowns. And Eli Mitchell I went with. Now, the reason I played Mitchell on FanDuel and not on DraftKings, and maybe I shouldn't have done that because he was cheap on DraftKings as well, but he doesn't have any role in the passing game. And on DraftKings, I like passing guys. And but for FanDuel, this was perfect. And Chicago's given up a lot of yards on the ground. They were favorites, and he was going to be the bell cow. So that's how he did that. I built that first, those 3. That's what I do, my running backs. And then I was playing in Bridgewater. Cincinnati, I thought was super low priced, considering they were playing the Jets, but made sense. And then I wanted a piece of the Bills game. I wanted a piece of this game. And Godwin and Goddard. And this was really not a hard lineup to make, FanDuel's easier to construct lineups. The salaries are just makes it easier. You don't have a lot of, like, the quarterback difference in, Teddy Bridgewater was 7,000. Stafford is 8,200. But on DraftKings, Teddy Bridgewater is 5,400. Allen is 8,100. I mean, Stafford, look at the difference. 2,200 more. On here, it's only 1,200. So that's how I did that to make that lineup. Was happy with it. Happy with my week. Crushed it on SuperDraft as well. Put in $10. I played all cash games. I mean, look at this, SuperDraft, if you don't know, no salary cap, multipliers. So the GPP plays, they kind of tell you the GPP plays based on the multiplier. You get 1 times the fantasy point, 1.5. So the good guys have a lower multiplier, but that doesn't mean you fade them. So what I did was I kind of took my cash game from the other sites that I use, and I kind of mixed and matched. Henderson 1.3 playing with the Rams has 2 touchdown upside. That was an easy play. Patterson at 1.6, easy play for me. Went with Swift, who was 1.45. I thought, and it still worked out. He was 80% owned. So did those 3 firsts. I was playing Bridgewater. I had a high score here. And then for receivers, I wanted the Buffalo game. So I didn't mind going down here for Diggs. And then with Godwin at 1.4, him and A.J. Brown, these were locks for me. These guys should be a 1 multiplier. And then there was news he was going to get involved more in 2 times multiplier. So 2 times the fantasy points. You see, 12.4 times 2. And that's how I got there. I can show you guys my ESPN season long. I'm having a good year in fantasy, which I'm liking. I'm not projected to win this week, as you see, because my defense is on bye. I'm 7-1. This is a league I'm in with my buddies from Maine, where I used to live. I'm even in our eliminator pool. I'm one of 3 left in our eliminator pool. This was a auction league, which I love doing auctions. So in my auction league, look at this squad. Prescott I didn't use last week. I used Hurts. Kamara, Henderson, Deontay Johnson, Samuel. Ertz, I get so lucky. I picked him off waivers, and now he's with Arizona. I auctioned Michael Carter. This is a guy I paid for. I took a shot at him. And how much did I pay for him? Somewhere here. $8 are the Hood Rats. I love this team. Even, I'm sticking Sermon I could drop. I got Darrell Williams, Sutton. I got these two guys on IR. And I rolled last week. 120. Look at this. Beating Steeman, Willie Beeman. So I'm liking this season long. So who are some guys for week 9? Even if you do season long, you could still use this DraftKings template to look at some running backs if you have that you're thinking about playing. I think running backs is that's where I start. You got to get that right. I think it's easier to predict. So if you know my process, I make some dummy lineups. For running backs, Kamara, I like at home, favorite. McCaffrey, I don't think is going to play. Elliott, Eckler might be a good pivot off of Kamara in a GPP. Certainly can play him in cash games. He's got a good floor. I would love to do something like this. Kamara, Eckler, and Elliott. But, I don't know if I can get there with those three. Obviously have to pay down for defense. I tell you what, I don't mind that. Pay down at tight end. Maybe the Green Bay lost their tight end for the year. I don't know if I'm going with Mo Lewis because I know he's in line for more work, but he's kind of a blocking guy. I like, for $3,000, maybe going to a Conklin. Pretty good target share. Leaves me with 5,300. To get these three bell cows, we're going to need value at receiver. And I don't know if there's any yet. God, it's weird to see Henry Ruggs here. Just on here. What an awful story. Oh, man. Just no good for so many people. All right, so, maybe Tajay Sharp because with Ridley out. But I don't want to go for some home run hitters. Bateman, 6 targets in each. If you're going to do this route, 3 7K plus running backs on DraftKings, you're going to have to, manipulate it. And then maybe, obviously, a Taysom Hill. Yeah, this might work. Could we go down any further here? Now, someone that is low price but with targets. Even Tyler Boyd. And look, you have 6,700 to play with. I don't like playing 2 guys from one team in cash games, but, maybe I would correct that. DJ Moore. I think DJ Moore is going to have a big game. Then maybe you can pay up more for defense. Go to Ravens. Go to pay up on tight end. Actually, I don't want to do something like this. Oh, Daniel Jones. Even Garoppolo. I pay down at that's a pretty good cash game. I'm just going to enter this. That might be something I play with. You know, the cash games you'd love to get in, like a Kamara and maybe, you know, Tyreek Hill. So we'll see. All right, that's going to do it for this stream. Week 8 lineup review. Peace out, everyone.